So of course, you also get rewards while improving your skills. So there's nothing to lose, right? So win-win sa lahat. I'm Denise Ken Gozon, so you can call me Denise, Ken, or Len. So I'm a software engineer specializing in iOS development, native iOS development at PWA Philippines. I read about StackLeague last year from an article by Pop Inquirer. So I'm sure we're familiar with other coding platforms like Code Wars, LeetCode, Project Euler, but this is like the first coding platform that will be like Philippine based. So it grew my interest and tried it out. Napupush akong to learn something outside my expertise. So I enjoyed learning while doing that challenges. I guess my favorite accomplishment is when I was included on the featured programmers. So my friends and relatives saw the post and shared it. So it felt good that they are like proud of me. Okay, so I guess the national recognition helped my credentials as well, and I was able to have new connections because of it. So like some of the top challengers I was able to connect via the Stack Trek and also on Facebook. So we're friends na doon sa Facebook. So I recommend StackLeague, especially for students and fresh graduates. It will improve your problem solving and coding skills through yung mga challenges. StackLeague provides learning opportunities through different tech sessions, so you can expand your knowledge. You also get rewards while improving your skills, so there's nothing to lose, right? So win-win sa lahat.
There. Good evening, everyone. Hello to each and everyone sa mga viewers natin for tonight. I hope you are doing well and welcome to our career session for tonight with the title It's Me, Hi, I'm the Brand in partnership with PWA Pilipinas. Muntik na ako mapakanta doon no? So welcome once again. Say hi naman dyan sa comment section. I am seeing people here saying hello and hi. Yun. Pa-comment din. Pa-comment naman kung saan kayo right now. Ayun. So, if saan yung location nyo right now. There. Once again, welcome. I am Isai and I will be your host for tonight's event. I would like to remind everyone that if my questions kayo about our session for tonight, you can type them in the comment section and we will be addressing them later during the Q&A session. And also if you have friends, classmates, families, colleagues, no, or teammates who you think would be interested in watching our session, our career session for tonight, feel free to share them the link of our live stream. Ayun, para sama-sama tayo no, sa ating career session for tonight. I know you are all excited no, to learn more about our speaker and our session. But before that, let me just go over and give you a brief overview of Stack League. So Stack League Season 3 has officially started. Again, sino ba yung mga Stack League participants natin here? Pa-comment naman ng Stack League. If hindi pa uh, gawa kayo ng account sa stackleague.com, no? So if you're already a participant, you're already a challenger or a player ni Stack League, kindly comment Stack League kung hindi pa gawa kayo ng account. All right. So now in its third competitive year, Stack League wouldn't be possible without the support of our partners. We are fortunate to be supported by the top companies in the industry. We have Packetworks, Microsoft, Colabera, Manulife IT Delivery Center, Deltec, Coding Chiefs, Recruit Day, Gcash, and Likha IT by Free. We'd also like to thank our media partners, Elongo Tech Blog, Phil IT Org, Go Philippines Tech News, Journal Online, techbeatph.com, Backend News, Megabytes, Manila Republic, What's Up Pilipinas, Business World, Manila Bulletin, Page One, and Digital Reg on the Go. Right. We would also like to thank the support of our Stack League community partners who help the league reach as many programmers in the country as possible. And here they are. Yun mga nakikita nyo dyan sa screen. Those are our Stack League community partners. So the Pioneering Programmer League is now gathering thousands of tech talents across the country to test their coding acuity with the promise of nationwide recognition, lots of prizes, more tech job opportunities, and invitation-only events. And one of the highlights in Stack League is the weekly top 10. Ayun. And apart from this, we also have the Stack League featured programmer campaign. All the weekly top 10 players will be featured on Stack League's website and our different social media channels. And Stack League will also be hosting numerous tech and career sessions and exclusive training all throughout the year. And take note, these events are all for free with digital certificates. Yep, you heard that right. All for free, guys. So grab the chance, and you may also look forward to our on-site Stack League session. So we already did mga on-site, no? So if you are near our on-site events, no, you can just sign up dun sa mga on-site events natin. Sino ba yung naka-join sa on-site event last time? And this tournament is powered by StackTrek's fully automated talent analytics and assessment platform. And these are the 5 supported languages that we have in the league. We have JavaScript, Java, Python, C Sharp, and PHP. So for those who don't know yet, this is how the Stack League ranking system works. After signing up, you start at the bottom with 0 points, and then you solve as many challenges as you can and earn the corresponding points. Once you have enough accumulated points, you can now get to the next level challenges where more opportunities are unlocked for you to access. So we have bronze, silver, and gold. So once you level up from bronze, you will be receiving 100 pesos cash prize. Once you level up to silver, from silver, you will be receiving 100, and in gold, you will be receiving 300 pesos. So you receive cash prizes every time you level up. Right? So one part of the competition also is our Stack League Playoff Season 3. Okay, a single elimination tournament featuring all monthly qualifiers. The qualified players earn points by solving as many challenges as they can during the competition. So, our first monthly qualifier round will be this March. So, make sure to rank in the weekly top 10 to be invited. Again, yung mga nagta-top 10, yung mga nasa weekly top 10 ni Stack League, yun yung i-invite for our Stack League March playoffs. Right? And ambassador for February. Okay, so we also have our ambassador reward Stack League participants who go beyond the competition through our referral program and blog writing. All right. And for our February Stack League ambassador, we will be announcing it tomorrow, no, for the month of February. Exciting. Sino kaya who will be our first ever StackLeague ambassador for our season 3? And he our StackLeague ambassador will be receiving 3,000 pesos cash prize and a StackLeague shirt, right? What's something new in season 3? The league will now be divided into two divisions. We have the Pro League and the Student League. So Pro League, this is open to all professionals who have graduated or having working experience. While Student League is open to students who have no working experience, and both top 10 players from the two divisions will be receiving 500 pesos cash prize. So ito yung weekly top 10 natin, alright? You can find the full mechanics at bit.ly/StackLeague Weekly Top 10. One new thing about Stack League Season 3 is our PvP mode. It is a one-on-one competition that allows players from silver to master level to challenge each other and will be given points depending on the bet. And the winner takes all. Ayun. So to be able to join our PvP mode, you must be at least on silver level. So if nasa bronze pa lang kayo, grind guys para umabot kayo ng silver. You can find the full mechanics at bit.ly/StackLeague PVP. So you can find all of our mechanics at our website. You may visit stackleague.com/blogs. Ayun. I think nasabi ko na lahat. Once again, hello to our participants for tonight. Ayun, I can see people commenting Stack League. Okay. So yung mga hindi nag-comment ng Stack League, baka gumagawa pa sila ng account, no? So, okay guys, no pressure. And I know you're all excited na to meet our speaker and to hear or to know more about our session for tonight. And with that, let us not delay any further. Our resource speaker for this tech session is currently the community lead at PWA Pilipinas, the community for progressive web app makers and users. He is also a cloud engineer at Senti AI. Everyone, let us all give a warm welcome to Mr. Andresito de Guzman. Hi, Andre. Good evening.
Hello, everyone.
Ayun.
All right. So let's start. All right. So, good afternoon or good evening to everyone. I'm Andresito de Guzman. So let's begin. So, um, our topic for tonight is how are you going to be able to sell yourself out there in this really what do you call this? Very challenging job market, right? Most job seekers are actually leveraging this technique by actually creating their own brands. So we'll be having a look on how you can best achieve this. And also, as an addition, since I wasn't able to fully pack this talk, I'll also be sharing to you how can you make a portfolio to begin with your job seeking, right? So let's begin by actually becoming very optimistic about ourselves. First is that you, as a person, needs to realize that you are a half-filled glass, right? It's more of like seeing yourself not as a student or a person that doesn't have any experience yet, but as a person that actually has a lot of something to share and to contribute to your future employer or to any of your peers in the future, right? So, as a person, you have your since birth, you have your experiences of the world. You get to experience what it's like to be with people, to be at different places, learn about different things, right? And also understand yourself, know your personality, and you get to also learn a lot of things in school, like how to do math, um do reading, how to read, how to write, how to draw, how to make things, right? And even as you go to college, right? Specifically when you learn about that specific field you like, you learn about that. So, even if you're a student currently, you should never think that you are half empty, but rather you are definitely half filled, right? And with that, you need to know who you are in order for you to know where you would be next, right? And aside from that, given that everyone has their similarities, right? We live in a finite space in the world, right? Where many of us would have this similar experience. We share the same class with our classmates. We share the same house with our family, right? But given that, you really need to know what makes you unique, so that you would be able to sell yourself out there, and let the people know that yes, I am not the only one that can do this certain thing, or I'm not the only one that's passionate about it, but what's different with me is XYZ, right? So you need to know what makes you unique for us to be able to leverage this brand thing. What do I mean with that? No, you need to know your personality. You need to understand or relive or um, what do you call this? Leverage your experiences, and also to list down, highlight, right? Your achievements from the past, and also to know where you're going next by actually having or writing down, or at least taking note of your different aspirations. So this is really important because this is all of these, right? The ones that I've mentioned will form your brand, right? So uniqueness. This is the most important thing about branding, right? You need to be very much recognizable, memorable, and it shows your individuality. So you need to be able to list down all of what I've said earlier, but also know that what you have is something yours. It's something unique. All right. So if we have a look at some of the examples, right? Given that we know that usually brands are used for different products, right? So if you look at this picture, what brand? I mean, I guess it's okay to mention this, right? But when you see this picture, what thing do you think about? Like, what brand or company do you think about when you get to see this one? Okay, feel free to use the comment section, right? So it's color red. It has a bottle. Then, um, right? Okay, so keep them coming still. But right? Uh, just by seeing something, it reminds you of something already, right? So, all right, in the comment section, Callie, JDC, StackLeague, and Stephen said, not Stephen though, but it's and Jem as well said that it's Coke, right? Well, some of you that doesn't have that enough, let's say, connection or relation to that certain brand might not know fully that certain brand. But those of you that did, or just by seeing, right, the image, the shape, the color, its properties, it tells you that it is Coke, right? Just by looking at its color. I didn't even have to put the name on it, right? It brings it shows its uniqueness, right? If I put it in color blue, you could have said it's Pepsi, right? So it makes it different. That's like the thing that makes it really unique and makes it really special, right? The shape. It could be any other shape, but when you see that shape, oh boy, it's really a sparkly drink, right? So it can relate it to your personal experience. Let's say I am special because I love music, or I love to do XYZ things, right? It makes us you who you are, right? How about this one? Just to make it a little bit challenging. What is this? Feel free to leave a comment. like right. So it's color black. It doesn't have any color, but there you go. So Christine and Callie said it's Oreo. You're right. It's Oreo, right? Um, it's not like exactly like a brand, but it's more of the shape, the characteristic of it that reminds you of um, what that it could be. I mean, for different people, it could mean something else. But when they get to know, or like let's say, when you get to introduce that certain brand to someone, and they see that this is something unique to it, um, you get to really identify that certain brand, right? Parang ano siya, no? It's similar to the concept of yung sa Little Prince, where there could be like lots of flowers in there, but you will always know which flower it is because you have that certain connection with that certain flower. It will always be unique, right? So parang ganon. So that's what makes them really special, right? Ito last one. Um, just for fun na lang to. So what is this? Right? It does it remind you of something? Like when you get to see, 'di ba? Kahit wala pa yung name, wala pa yung shape, may walang color. When you get to see this thing, you already remind yourself of ano yung experience ko with this certain shape, figure. Hindi ko naman siya, 'di ba? I don't have to necessarily read it or know what it is. All right, so ang sabi ni JDC, Gracie, Jem, si Christine din, Mark, ay si Mark, hi. Oh no, Mark said McDo. It's Jollibee, right? So it reminded you of something. So I hope na nakuha nyo or you're able to have a grasp of what I'm saying, right? Definitely, for sure, sa mga hindi nakakilala sa brand nyo, would not know who you are or what makes you unique. But those na um, were able to get to know the brand, di ba, nakain sila doon or they were able to consume it, it has that special connection with them. Kahit sa inyo, right? It makes the brand memorable. That makes you unique. That makes you wanted. Wanted in a good way, right? Na gugustuhin ka ng mga tao. Um, not because like you have the skill per se, but last ngayon, many people are highly skilled, of course, but not everyone leaves that really important first impression, right? So as I've added here, that first impression lasts, right? So that's important when you create your brand. All right. So yun nga, unique, not just by looks, but how they make you feel, right? So pwede naman yung Jollibee shape kanina would kaya ano sinabing McDo because when you get to see Jollibee, you get to it reminds you of McDonald's. Well, that's weird, but some people have it, right? But it's like ano ba yung iniiwang certain feeling of someone when you get to encounter them or hear their name, right? So that's basically branding. So yun nga, no, this is really different kasi unlike siguro sa iba na pag sinabi yung brand, kailangan may logo ka or may text tapos typography ganyan. May, 'di ba? Usually mga talks, but this one I'm trying to um make you understand that brand is more than just the color of your logo or the how you build your resume, but is more about you as a person, of your personality, of what you wanted to offer, your optimism about things makes you different and as an important brand. I forgot to read the comment at the private chat, but yeah. All right. So given that, right? Given that many of you, I've shown a logo of Coke, but still gets reminded of Pepsi, you need to be aware actually of what others see of you. You need to really highlight your uniqueness kasi baka naman uh, you get to highlight something, but still it would remind them of something else. So it's really important that when you make your brand, whatever that is for a profile picture, for social media, for your CV, for your resume, whatever, that it screams you, right? Para hindi nila maalala yung ibang candidate. Para ikaw yung kukunin, right? All right. So how do you apply your brand, your personality, and stuff, right, in something that employers or your colleagues can see, right? Here are some things. First is to actually have a home for your thoughts. It could be like a blog post, your social media. Actually, the reason why many HR people or like recruiters look for your social media because actually they wanted to know your thinking process, right? That's why they why are they checking on my social media? It's my private life. But really, what they wanted to know is how do you deal with certain scenarios, with certain things, with how do you see life, right? That's I believe the most logical reason why they check on it. That's why it's also important for you to really have a close control of what you share on social media, on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, or if you have a blog, how do you write that article? What articles do you write? Because it allows your employers or potential employers or your colleagues, your friends to really see who you are as a person, right? Um, are you a jolly person? Do you like cats? Do you like memes? Right? Um, Definitely could not be too professional on your social media, but at least you get to also share how do you think about the world? How do you see yourself? Right? So that is why it's important to actually have a home for your thoughts and to be aware of it as well. And another one is to showcase your talent and personality. So this is where your resume or CV or a portfolio comes into play. All right, so my question. So paano pag yung brand that reminds me of my expo? So siguro ang magtatak sa yung instead of that certain brand is yung brand ng ex mo. So maybe there's something unique about that person that makes you remind of him or her every time. So baka effective siya gumawa ng brand. So yun. All right. So in addition to this talk, actually, just to add additional value, is I will be sharing with you. All right, let's quit this one and let's just have a quick look at how you can actually build a portfolio. So dinagdag ko na lang to just so that we would have more value for our time. All right. So, yun nga, given na you get to reflect, no, it's more of a personal reflection when you create your brand. Kasi hindi naman siya totally something set in stone, right? Your brand is consistently evolving. But how do you put it into something more concrete? So, yun nga, build a CV or a portfolio. So, ngayon naman, what I would be sharing is how you can actually build a portfolio. Ayan. So I believe many of you are students, so this would be very much helpful, right? So yun nga, as I've said earlier, that first impression last. Kailangan, ito pa lang, pauna pa lang, no, na alam agad na there's something unique and something great about you. That's why it's important to have a portfolio. So ano ba yung portfolio? A portfolio is something that actually showcases your skills and talent, right? So dito mo na malalagay yung other portions ng sarili mo, right? So here's some of the examples, right? Here's some of the examples. Yan, makita nyo may nandiyan yung name niya, projects niya, and then some of its pictures. I believe na yung the way they choose their colors, their font is more of how they reflect their personality, baka naman more on jolly type of person yung tao. Kaya pinili yung orange, right? Alright. Sorry. All right, so let's have some look at the examples. So here's my portfolio. Unfortunately, it's not well maintained, but as you can see that here's a photo of me, and here are also some of the projects that I've did as well over the years, so that they would know what I can do, what my talents are, what my skills are, basically. What else? So how can a portfolio help you in creating your aside from just creating your brand and having a portfolio, how it can help you look for a job or and more, right? First is that it actually helps your employees to know what you can offer to them, what you can contribute to them, and all right, next slide. And it also, it's just cool. It's just really cool to have a portfolio, something that you can easily share to everyone. Like, okay, here's the link of my portfolio, so they can check it out, right? So, what would you put in your portfolio? So you can put, oh, sorry, what you're going to put there is your brand, right? Your achievements, where is it? Your enthusiasm, your passion, your all of your ability, how professional you are, your brand, your thought process, your charm, and your personality, right? Ayun naman, vague na naman ako. But really, you could be, um, you can put anything there that fancies you. If artist ka, you can put a picture of your paintings there or sculptures or of course in picture, right? Or if kaya yung 3D yun, you can also do that, right? If writer kayo, you can put your articles, mga na-publish yung books, right? And ano pa ba? If content creator kayo, you could add links to your socials or videos, right? Curated videos for your na yung gusto niyo i-highlight, right? It should be uh, letting other people know who you are just by looking at that portfolio. All right, but yun nga, no, aside from that, it could include yung mga research nyo if you're more into an academic type of person, yung mga presentations nyo, yun, certifications if you have, testimonials if yung mga friends kayo that could, what do you call this, that could actually give you testimonials, pwede nyo i-add dyan, right? Just make sure na binigay talaga yun sa inyo. Alright, so ito na yung tanong, no? Where to put your achievements and stuff, right? So here's some options. Ayan. So first is, nga, kung hindi kayo marunong mag-code, ayan. So address ko itong question ni Stephen, no? Na good evening po. Any websites you can recommend to build a portfolio without any coding? So pasok na pasok to dito, which is yung mga no-code sites. Probably this is the fastest and actually the quickest way, no, for non-developers to easily get their portfolios done, right? So ano yung mga examples nun? Yun, first is Wix. Probably ito yung pinaka-highly maraming ads sa YouTube. So it's pretty popular. So this is a great way to have a drag and drop interface. Pwede kang mag-drag and drop ng mga pictures, right? Select the color you like. Kung ano ba yung branding mo. Gusto ba yung Comic Sans yung font mo? Personally, kasi fun type of person ka. So you can do that. Another one is yung mas fancy, no? Medyo fancy, which is yung Webflow. So it's similar to Wix, but this is it allows you to give it allows you to have a more responsive na parang type of portfolio kasi you can see different viewports, iba-iba yung size, and then allows you to make it a little bit more interactive as well. So yeah, meron ding Webflow, but it's your choice, of course. Ito naman, for those na wanna code their own portfolio, pasok to for people that are IT people or developers na, wants to showcase their coding skills, right? And syempre, bonus na pogi points na yun pag ikaw yung gumawa, right? Additional, oh wow, siya yung gumawa ng portfolio niya, siya yung nag-code mo. So we also have hosting sites na pwede mo i-host yung code mo. We have the following examples here, which is Budget Meal. Pasok to sa mga students na, ayun. So pasok sa mga students na naghahanap ng pwede nilang pag-hostan ng mga portfolio websites nila. First is, yun nga, GitHub hosting. As long as may repository ka na pwede mong paglagyan ng iyong web page, portfolio, you can put it on GitHub and then leverage na yung free na GitHub hosting. So ito yung pinaka-famous or common for developers actually. Next is yung Firebase hosting. So pag medyo may alam ka sa command line to publish your web app or web page portfolio, pwede yun. And it has a generous free limit. We also have Vercel and Netlify. So parang ano lang din siya, Firebase hosting, pero yun nga, mas common siya for those that uses React, JS, and Next.js. Ayan. So mayroon din silang free tiers. Yun. Pero they're almost the same. Alright. So we also have non-traditional tools. So hindi porket portfolio lang, parang limited ka lang sa dapat doon ka lang sa Wix, sa Webflow, or mag-publish. Actually, marami pang iba't ibang paraan to have a portfolio. And actually, pasok to sa mga hindi IT or mga creatives that wants to showcase their works a little bit differently or na mas pasok doon sa industry nila. Alright, so the first one is Figma, right? Sa mga designers, UI designers na marunong mag-Figma can actually put or create different pages na doon nakalagay yung mga achievements nila, mga sample code, sample designs nila. They can put it there at Figma. And then share lang nila yung link, right? Ito naman sa mga content creator, mga gumagawa ng mga videos, no? Actually, pwede kayong um, gumawa ng portfolio playlist sa YouTube or yun, kung gumawa kayo ng TikTok nyo, mayroon kayo nakapin doon na this is me, ganyan. So, right? It's more creative para mas ano siya, pasok siya sa industry ninyo. And yun, for more no, sa mga designers din, you can also upload it on Dribble. So mag-upload kayo ng mga shots niyo, sorry for that. Upload kayo ng mga shots, let's say meron kayong parang dinesign na web app for this certain type of company or project. Pwede siya ilagay doon. So makita ng mga people that ito yung inyong ano no, kayang i-offer. We also have question from Carlo Joseph Reyes, CJ Reyes. And so is Canva also good for this? I haven't tried if pwede mag-share dun publicly, but as long as alam ko pwedeng mag-share kayo ng link, alam ko pwede yata mag-share yun, no? Parang pwede makita ng iba. Kunwari, read only. Pwede ma-read only yung, yung certain file online. Pwede siyang gawing portfolio. So, alam ko pwede yung Canva for this one. Pero yun, depende sa choice. Choice yun na yun. If saan kayo easily makakagawa ng portfolio and saan mas unique. Yun. Alright, so mga developers naman or mga data scientists ganyan na may code, pwedeng ilagay din dito sa GitHub. So kung may repositories kayo, ganyan, tapos pwede nyo din i-tweak yung inyong readme file dun sa profile. So you can put your stats there, yung ano pa ba, your description, ganyan, mga social media links, you can put there as well, right? So now we know where to put our portfolio, saan tayo gagawa. How do we enrich, no? Paano natin palalaguin pa yung laman nun? Well, first is actually to get more experience, right? This basic. You can still enrich it by, joining hackathons, right? You can get more experience by joining hackathons. You can join hackathons and then write something about your experience. It allows you to write down your thought process, your experience, paano mo view or paano mo hinarap yung certain problem na binigay sa inyo during that hackathon. Or let's say, for designers naman, binigyan kayo ng project na ganito yung gagawin. Like, write an article for it. Then, let's say, ito yung thought process na ginawa ko or this is how I contributed, right? So you could write an article for it. And you can also enrich it by joining communities that need help. So definitely maraming communities na nag-need ng help for sure. Baka kailangan nila ng designer, kailangan nila ng magde-develop, project manager, definitely there's something that you can contribute to with communities, right? And also, another one is to get sample clients. Kung may mga friends ka or family ka na pwede mong like merong business na salon yung friend mo, and then, uy, gawan na kita ng gawan kita website, or ako na yung sa content mo, ako na yung magiging tawag ito, ako na yung magiging influencer mo, so you get more clients, ganyan. Then in return, you could use that, like let's say I was able to increase their sales by XYZ dahil sa nag-contribute ako sa ganyan. So you can enrich your portfolio, right? Mas maganda sa tignan kasi you achieve something, right? And if wala naman kayong masyado makuha client or something, you can just build something fancy. Let's say mahilig ka sa new jeans or something. Or kung namang P-pop group yan, you could make them like a sample website, design them sample website, or create content for them, right? Definitely, hindi ka maubusan ng paggagawan. You just need to be inspired when you do it, right? All right, so here's some tips and tricks na lang before we end the talk. First is to definitely look for inspirations. Marami dyan na you can just look for portfolio examples, or ano yung mga looks. And you can also check Dribble. Mag-type lang ka dyan, portfolio. So may mga sample dyan ng portfolio din. You can take inspiration from, no? Kunwari, ito pala nilalagay niyo yung mga pictures, icons, ganyan. So you can look for inspiration there. Meron din Behance. This is for sa mga painters or mga digital artists, no? They put their works there. Makakanap kayo ng mga inspiration. Mga pwede kong gawing sample, right? Okay, so here's some of the tips on how you can create a winning portfolio. What's okay is to include your works. You can place your existing works. Lagay lang kayo ng mga screenshots. But what's good is to include the technologies used. Kunwari yung tech stack nun. Kunwari, gamit ko React, or naka-deploy siya sa Firebase, ganyan. So, kumbaga, kung ang anyo namang preferred or gusto nyo makuhang job is content creator, ito, ginamit ko dito YouTube or Filmora or Photoshop, ganyan. Para, marunong ka pala mag-Photoshop, ganyan. Or, this is for developers, no? Better would be to show them the code para makita nila, paano ka ba mag-code? Paano ka ba mag-isip or mag-solve ng problems? You do that. But the best thing you can do is to write articles about your experience. You can write your thought process, kagaya yung sabi ko kanina, para din makita nila yung critical thinking ability nyo, paano kayo mag-resolve ng issues, paano kayo gumawa ng solution, paano yung na-come up yung solution na yun. So, it's just good to have that in your portfolio. And yun nga, babalik tayo sa una nating topic, is to just create your brand, no? Aside from knowing your tone, style, look, and feel, yun, kilala niyo yung sarili niyo, know your personality, para uniform yung brand, uniform yung pag gumawa ka ng portfolio, ikaw yun. Pag humarap ka sa interview, ikaw yun. Pag gumawa ka ng resume, ikaw yun. Kasi ba, there are times when they say, you're so different from your CV. You have a lot of achievements. Pero pagdating sa interview, it doesn't feel like you. So that's why it's important to have a consistent brand by knowing yourself. Para pag you create your portfolio, you create your CV, and you go to that interview, it's you and you throughout. So that's important. And that's what makes it brands important. And yun, just have the right set of things there on your portfolio. Huwag masyadong bongga. Just be you, right? Yung tamang timpla lang of everything. And yun, kiss or keep it simple, super. Yan. Gawin lang mas simple yung inyong portfolio, but still shows your brand. Yan. And yun nga, paulit-ulit na lang, pero this is important, it should be you. Definitely, pwede sabihin na kumuha kayo ng template sa mahanap nyo sa Google, or maghanap ng copy-paste yun na lang, sabihin yung portfolio na yun. But don't do it. Your portfolio should reflect you, right? Para walang biglaan, 'di ba, na bakit iba? Kasi hindi naman ikaw yung gumawa eh. So, just make sure that it should reflect you. All right, so that's the end. Do we have questions from our audience? But anyway, if you have questions for me outside of this, you can definitely find me on socials, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, at It's Me Andresito. Okay? And so may questions ba tayo?
Ayun. Thank you so much, Andre, for that very insightful presentation tonight. So, ayun guys, do you have any questions for Andre? So, kanina parang may mga nagto-throw ng questions during the talk and somehow na-answer naman. Okay, so now's your time, guys, to throw in your questions in the comment section. Ayun. And, okay, let me just check the comment section. I think I saw a question here from Carlo. Is Canva also good for this? Ayun. Pwede bang gumawa din sa Canva?
Alam ko pwede eh. Yun. Basta anything that you can share. Kunwari, kung gusto mo gumawa sa Google Slides, pwede naman doon. Basta it's something you can share to your employers. Or let's say, may URL ka, tapos gawin mo lang QR code. So, pwede nila i-scan yun. Makita ko yung slides or Canva na portfolio ko.
Oh, ayun. So, it doesn't really require you a coding skill, no? Para gumawa ng portfolio. Ito, very, from Kali. If you were to be a brand, very naman to showbiz. If you were to be a brand po, how would you present yourself? Ano po ba daw yung color nyo and then yung font?
Like personally ba to?
Yeah, I think, opo.
Siguro, ako parang, kasi paiba-iba minsan gusto ko like green or blue sa color. Pero parang, recently I would prefer white. So ganun din sa iba, no? Nagbabago-bago din yung gusto mong color base sa age mo. Parang before, na mas younger ka, you're more daring. I want red, I want blue. Pero as you age, parang mas gusto mo na mas refined ka. So you just use white, brown, black. Parang depende na yun sa, di ba? Kaya sabi ko yung brand nag-evolve eh. Kasi it changes depende dun sa current personality mo at that moment. Yun. So in terms of font naman, siguro, eto kasi depende na to eh, kung professional ba yung gagawin mong portfolio. If professional, syempre hanap ka ng mas mature na fonts, ganyan. So, depende na yun din sa audience actually. Yun. Pero for now, ako, parang kung ano lang yung usong font sa mga designers.
Ayun. So, I think from there, parang si Andre, siya, very adaptive. Kung ano kasi yung uso, no? So, yeah, I totally agree with that one, no? I think nagbabago talaga yung branding kasi yun nga, if you're still younger, medyo bubbly ka pa, medyo fun, and then as you grow old, well, I'm not saying we're old, pero, no, parang mas nagiging professional and mas nagiging serious na. So, it doesn't really have to be, stagnant na ganun lang talaga yung brand mo or parang, ay, hindi ako magbabago kasi dapat I should be like this. Panindigan ko yung brand ko. All right. We also have a question here from JDC. I think this was from the first presentation. So regarding sa social media check, will there be an impact in the hiring process kapag nakita nila yung opinions natin, like the political views and etc.?
Siguro syempre depende na yun sa kung sino yung mag-hire. Pero siguro ako okay lang naman to definitely say your political views. Lahat naman tayo may opinion. That's what makes us human, 'di ba? Siguro kung ako I would post, no. I would at least try to put my yung parang position ko. Why did I said that certain thing? Para naman may context din sila na ay bakit ganun siya as a type of person.
Right, so I hope that answered your question, JD. Agree naman, no. I don't think employers really look kung parang kung ano ba yung nilalagay mo. It's more of like how do you, approach things, yung approach mo on sa mga content, right? We also have here a question from Erickson, medyo specific. Have you tried Webflow or at least siguro share mo na lang, Andre, if you have tried, ano ba yung experience mo para malaman din ng mga participants natin to?
Siguro, medyo siya, mas advanced siya in comparison sa Webflow. Kasi, I mean sa Wix. No? Kasi yung Wix, as in, parang lang talaga siyang drag and drop and stuff. Pero kasi yung Webflow, if gusto mo ng more control, I've tried it naman before, pero yun nga, if gusto mo ng parang as if Photoshop yung interface but allows you to still drag and drop yung content, ganyan. So, parang mas pasok sa'yo yung Webflow. Pero if sobrang newbie ka dun talaga sa paggawa ng mga web pages, I would suggest other tools na yun, na mas madali yung interface kasi yung Webflow medyo mas advanced siya.
There. Here, another question from Hosh. Ito parang somehow na-address na to kanina, no? Pero, which is better, a more personalized and fun portfolio or a really formal one?
Hmm. So, yun, no, it should still be you. Depende na sa'yo yun. Pero, kasi minsan, um, you're really aiming to apply to a certain company talaga. And then, medyo meron silang parang bias siguro or parang they're leaning towards a more professional type of person, ganyan. Pwede mo naman ipakita yung ibang side mo. I'm not saying na porket you lang from isang perspective lang yung you na sinasabi ko has different perspectives. So baka gusto lang nila makita yung more on professional side mo. So we can definitely try to tweak yung tone na medyo etong side yung ipapakita ko. But it should still be you regardless.
Ayun. Ito naman question from Jem. How do you transition well in a different style for your brand? Because there might be cases wherein it doesn't stick permanently to you if you keep changing it.
Hmm. Siguro ano no, depende na yun kung gaano ka nagpapalit-palit ng baka naman every other week nagpapalit ka. Pero siguro para mag-stick siya, make it na uniform. Let's say brand mo siya sa portfolio mo. Ito yung color sa portfolio. Ito na yun yung gawin mong color sa social media, sa ano para alam that certain period, ito yung brand ko. So pag nagpalit ako, be consistent, palitan mo lahat para mas mag-stick siya. Ganun.
There. So, another parang question from Anne. Thoughts on using Notion for
Hmm.
portfolio?
Actually, good yan, no? Kung ano, pwede naman yun. Maraming companies din na gumagamit nun for, for sharing ganyan. So, good din siya for portfolio. If siguro parang mahilig ka magsulat ng mga articles, ganyan, or mas preferred mo na doon mo ma-best na showcase yung mga ginawa mong, kunyari notes or topics, ganyan, na more on written or type, ganyan. So, best yung Notion for that. So, pwede din siya basta ma-share mo yung URL ng portfolio.
There. So that's another parang
Mm.
tool that you can use, no, aside from those mentioned by Andre, guys. So
Mm.
this one from Eric Mark. Ito, what are the advantages of having a brand? Or is having a brand a good thing, especially in the workspace?
Mm. Advantage, yun nga, it would help you be more consistent. Kasi yun nga, let's say, yung for example, you're not considering, like lahat naman tayo may brand naman, pero when you're not using it correctly or inconsistently, parang let's say, iba yung itsurang portfolio, iba yung, hindi, like, yeah, it reflects you, pero a little bit differently from the way you do interviews. Kunwari, pag nagto-talk ka parang mas lively, pero yung sa portfolio mo masyadong conservative ganyan. So parang magiging inconsistent siya. Parang ay bakit parang iba siya dun sa portfolio. Parang hindi siya ganoon ka outspoken or ganoon ka experience. Pero pag interview okay, parang ganoon. So kaya good siya no to have something very consistent na ay ganito pala yung offer niya. Parang similar yung makita ng picture na sa profile mo to what they would see in the workplace and they would see in your, di ba? When they see you personally. So it's good to have a brand na consistent. Yan. And in terms of
Yep.
being sa workspace naman, no, yun, it would help you stand out pa din. Kasi, yun, mas madali kang maaalala ng mga coworkers mo na, ito siya, this type of person na I can rely on comes to this type of task, this type of thing. Kasi alam nila yun yung brand mo eh. 'Di ba? Basta good yung brand.
Yeah, agree. And I think we can also relate that one to like as simple as yung sa resumes. I remember yung mga recruiters, 'di ba? They really suggest na kung ano yung nilagay mo sa resume, parang it
Hmm,
should be 100% honest or true. Kasi
hmm.
otherwise para kang nag-ano no, parang it's
Mhm.
mapagpanggap nakasuot ka ng
Oo.
mask. And I think this is a follow-up question by Eric na do you think it's okay to change your brand so that you can fit in a group?
Yun ang well, use brand to your advantage, definitely. So, kumbaga kung ang, let's say, yun nga, no, may question din about transitioning into UX, di ba? So, kunwari, developer ako, pero medyo may experience ako with Figma, with designing. So, pwedeng yun yung mas i-focus ko, mas i-highlight ko sa portfolio na ibibigay ko dun sa gusto kong certain group of people. Tapos, mas less na yung development part. But it should still contain, yeah, kung ano yung gusto ko i-highlight still. Parang, it's still me, but it's just a different side of me.
Yep. I hope that answered your
Hmm.
question, Eric, no? So parang wala naman, well, on a personal note, no, wala naman talagang ano, parang, ang tawag nito, parang standard when it comes to branding yourself, di ba? Parang, as long as 100% genuine ka and honest
Yes.
about your skills, no, and the things that you could offer, I don't think there's a problem, especially if parang you jump from one brand to
Hmm.
another. So yun, as much as we want to answer all of your questions, guys, pero let's finish this one last from Erickson. Currently, UX a company for almost 5 years, and I want to transition into dev. Any advice or tips?
Uh, yun, no, aside dun sa nabanggit ko na, yun nga, let's say, medyo maalam ka on a certain tech na gusto, na that relates best dun sa gusto mong pasukan, you can highlight that, no? Yun, siguro you can also follow yung advice na sinabi ko kanina, you could also join hackathons, ganyan, or join StackLeague, ganyan, para mas, di ba, mas makita ng employers na, ito, medyo willing talaga to, or at least be able to have or do yung mga tasks na gusto natin ibigay sa kanya. Kasi nakakapag-stack league siya, nakapag-rank siya, or let's say, medyo maalam siya sa tools na ganito. So, yun yung probably best, no? At least know the tools of the trade. Ganyan.
Ayun. And to add also to what Andre said, guys, by the way, you can actually populate your profile in Stack League, no? So, since you joined Stack League na, it's best to update your profile. So, andun yun sa account ninyo, you have a profile there and you can update it. Tapos may mga information doon na it could help you. People would be able to identify as to what type of programmer are you. So since na-mention kasi ni Andre, no? So for those who don't know yet, you can update and populate your profile in StackLeague and use it as a portfolio as a programmer. So Erickson, baka that's one
Ah,
thing that could help you and to all of our viewers for tonight. Ayun. So make sure to update your StackLeague account. So I think that's the last question for tonight, Andre. Once again, thank you so much for that very insightful presentation. No, but before we dive into our announcement, is there anything else you want to add, Andre?
yan, no? Connect with me kung may tanong kayo or if you just wanted to follow me. It's me, Andresito, sa iba't ibang socials. And PWA Pilipinas, if gusto nyo matuto about progressive web apps, search nyo lang din sa socials, no? PWA Pilipinas.
Ayun. So it's PWA Pilipinas on all socials and connect with Andre after the session at It's Me Andresito in all platforms. Ayun. Thank you so much. And of course, thank you so much everyone and Andre for answering our participants' question. And of course, again, for that very insightful presentation. We are always happy to have you in our sessions and hopefully hindi to yung last. Mahaba pa yung year. Hopefully, we can still have you in one of our events this year. Once again, thank you so much, Andre.
Thank you.
And that concludes our career session. But wag muna kayo umalis. Alright? We still have next on our program. So, if you are a career shifter or a graduating student who is interested in pursuing a career in tech and would love to start their journey as a programmer or developer, we have a full stack coding bootcamp, and this might be something for you. To discuss the full stack coding bootcamp, we have here Haifa Karina, the head of growth of StackLeague.
If today you are very interested to pursue a career as a coder in the IT industry, but isn't confident with your skills or with having zero or minimal experience, then this opportunity is for you. In the next few minutes, you'll learn about the Stack Trek Full Stack Bootcamp that trains you to become a job ready programmer in just 4 months. So, as you can see here, you have two options. The first one is the co-living bootcamp. This is the first of its kind here in the Philippines as it combines both learning and lifestyle into one exciting and rewarding experience. It means you will be living in one building with other boot campers, and you will be able to leverage all of the amenities and the social experience of learning with other boot campers. And then the other option is digital. It is virtual. That means you can take this boot camp anywhere. By anywhere, it means if you are in the province, then you can take this boot camp at the comforts of your home. Or if you enjoy traveling, then you can also take the boot camp while you are traveling. Now, for you to be able to understand and get a picture of what exactly are we going to do when we enter the boot camp. So let's assume that you already applied and earned a slot in the boot camp. Here in the next few minutes, you can also imagine and also experience virtually what it is like, what you will be doing, and what will be the experience like learning with StackTrack. So the first thing that you do in your day is have the daily discussions with your trainers and peers. So since you will be building real world applications, always remember that in this boot camp, we focus on your practical skills, the skills that you can really use and immediately practice. And in your daily discussions with your trainer, you will be covering various topics. And the topics that you will be covering will depend based on what module you are in during that day or during that week. So remember, you are building real world applications, and the benefit here for you, especially if you have zero experience yet, is that at the end of the boot camp, you will already have a bunch of projects that can showcase your skills based on the real world applications that you already built. So the next thing that you do after your daily discussions with your trainers and peers is that you now go on and do and complete your hands-on coding modules. It also covers advanced curriculum. We want to focus on the topics and the skills that is relevant today, not relevant 5 years ago, but relevant today and in the future as well. So after you go through the module, do the exercises, learn the things that you need to learn, once you hit a bump or you're having a difficulty, the platform or the bootcamp has a one-on-one live trainers capability. And what exactly is this? So in just one click, when you are having a problem with the exercises that you're doing or the project that you are doing, in just one click, you get connected to the next available trainer, and then you will be able to chat with that trainer immediately. So you can share your screen with the trainer, you can code together with your trainer, and you can discuss with the trainer with the challenges that you are having. As you can see, it's quite different because as you code together with your trainer, it feels like it's very interactive and it's very personal because the trainer is focused on you as you try to learn that specific skill or try to resolve that specific challenge. So here we would like to show you what it is like. So here we have an example of a trainer named John, and John is talking with his trainer and trying to consult the problem that he is having. So on the right side, there is that chat, and then at the middle is you can see the code that they are working or coding together. And this is an example of one of the projects from one of our boot campers. So they are building real world applications so that at the end of the boot camp, again, you will have a portfolio ready that showcases your acquired skills. But one of the important things that we also would like to highlight is that in this boot camp, it's not just about the technologies that you learn. At the start of the boot camp, you are going to focus on the module that builds you your core foundation. And having a strong coding foundation allows you to learn different technologies faster. The full stack bootcamp has demo days. So we have demo days each month. And what I will show you is one of the websites built by one of the programmers, and that he was able to build this website in just 1 month in the bootcamp. So as you can see, even if you have zero background, the bootcamp is beginner friendly enough for you to understand and be able to build websites even if you have zero background. In the StackTrack Bootcamp, the platform that you will be using is the most advanced training technology here in the Philippines. And the big difference here, we are more focused and having you do more coding hours. If you do more hands-on, you are able to apply immediately the skills that you just learned. The more you apply the skills, the more you realize the things that you need to improve on. And as you learn and apply these skills, you get better and better at it. There you have two options, the co-living and the digital. Digital is virtual, so you can take this one anywhere. And co-living is that you will be living with other boot campers and learning at the same time. Now, we would like to add more details on what the co-living is like. So the co-living bootcamp, you don't have to worry about anything else but to learn and experience life. You don't have to worry about spending for food anymore. It is already covered. Also, the accommodation is also included. The good thing about it is that beyond just learning, of course, we need to live our lives. There is a rooftop wherein if you need a breather, you can just be there, get some air. There are lounges that you can chill around. So in the co-living boot camp, it's really different than just a typical boot camp. You learn because that's the main thing that you want to do in the boot camp. But also there are in-person sessions wherein you get inspired from people from the industry. In the co-living boot camp, there are barbecue nights, movie nights, and weekend parties that you can be part of and socialize. You can also leverage on the amenities and gym program. This is what it looks like to be part of the co-living bootcamp. It's very different. You learn, but at the same time, you have fun. So the co-living bootcamp is situated mainly around BGC and Makati. So you can imagine that if you want to also go out, it's BGC is just 5 minutes walking distance. And the benefits of being part of the bootcamp is that we have job partners wherein we negotiated with them that if you are a graduate of the bootcamp, you will have at least 25 to 30K starting salary. And this is quite high considering that you have zero experience and you are still starting out. So one of the key benefits here at StackTrack Full Stack Bootcamp is that more than just a learning, we help you accelerate your career. So don't worry about having zero experience. Don't worry about being a non-coder and you want to enter the industry. Because if you finish and be a graduate of the bootcamp, you already have guaranteed job interviews. And if you graduate at the top 30, then you have guaranteed job offers already. There's no stopping you in getting the IT industry. As long as you are with the Stack Track Full Stack Bootcamp, then the opportunities for you is beyond just learning. It goes over to you landing your first job and landing a highly paying job as well. So here, why IT? These are just the published rates of IT today. If you have 1 to 4 years, you will be earning on average 45K monthly. If with 5 years, you will be earning around 80K. As you level up, let's say to senior manager, you can even go to 172,000 for your monthly salary. Once you are able to enter the IT industry, the first step is the hardest, but once you are already in, over opportunities are left and right. So you really have high earning potential once you are able to enter the IT industry. And with that one, if you are interested, you can apply now. The link is here below. It's bit.ly/StackTrack Bootcamp application. And if you have questions, then feel free to find us on Facebook. You can message us there. And we hope that the StackTrack Full Stack Bootcamp is one of the opportunities that you will leverage on as you enter the IT industry and land your first tech job. And with that one, thank you so much, everyone, and have a good day.
There, thank you so much, Haifa, for that informative presentation about our StackTrack Full Stack Bootcamp. And guys, if you have any more questions about the StackTrack Bootcamp, message us on Facebook at fb.com/StackTrack. And here are some announcements in our upcoming Stack League events. Stack League Career Session beginning with Jetpack Compose on Android development happening on March 9 at 6 p.m. Secure your slot at bit.ly/stackleague-mar9. Yun. And of course, it's a yearly initiative of StackLeague to host numerous career and tech sessions, and there are plenty of opportunities for you to learn here in StackLeague. Visit us at fb.com/stackleague/events for the registration details and get the latest updates. And to help StackLeague team improve the sessions for you, answer this question form, or you may simply scan the QR code flashed on the screen. So that's bit.ly/stackleague sessions feedback. Ayun. And that's it for our announcement. Once again, thank you so much, everyone, for joining our career session for tonight. On behalf of the Stack League team, I would like to say thank you to everybody for joining our career session in partnership with PWA Pilipinas. It's me. Hi, I'm the brand. If you don't have a Stack League account yet, make sure to sign up and choose your league now at stackleague.com. And of course, invite your friends and family who you think should be part of the league. See you guys at the next Stack League event. This has been your host, Isai. Good night, everyone.